it is so good to see you. You haven't changed a bit. And I thought about what an incredible nurturer and caregiver and person my mother was and is to me and my sisters and to our family and friends. And little Johnny Robinson from nearly 50 years ago still remembers her. She must have been an amazing teacher. And I have no doubt that she was, because she's an amazing person, whether her profession was teacher or domestic engineer, as she called herself when she came home to take care of me. She chooses to make a difference in every life that she touches, with her love, her grace, her concern, her intellect, and her diplomacy. She infuses purpose into every day, and I'm happy to say that she's still doing it at 87. Both of my grandmothers were domestic workers. My father's mother was a cook, and my mother's mother was a maid. Both of them lived very long lives, with my maternal grandmother working full-time until she was 93 and living healthily until she was 101. In fact, she danced at her 100th birthday with my uncle. Neither of my grandmothers had much education, yet they taught their families very important lessons. They made sure that we dreamed big. They told us we could achieve anything if we worked hard, kept a good attitude, treated people well, and truly looked for the possibilities beyond any obstacle. Between the two of these strong women, they produced a judge, a lawyer, a PhD, a teacher, and 3 other children who made a huge difference in so many people's lives every single day of theirs. My grandmothers infused purpose into every day of their long lives. Now, I don't mean to make this sound like it's easy. Infusing purpose into your life is often an act of courage. My father was Maryland's first African-American state senator in 1954. And Maryland's first African-American judge on our state's highest court. His life was truly one of purpose. He started his career as a civil rights attorney in Baltimore in the 1940s. Many of his clients at that time couldn't afford to pay him enough to adequately support himself. So after working a full day in the courtroom, Daddy waited tables at a country club in the evening, and he served food and drink to the very same judges and lawyers that he would argue before against in the courtroom. The next day, he would walk into that courtroom and represent his clients to the fullest extent of his ability, without shame or embarrassment, because he was using the gifts he had been given for their intended purpose, and nothing could stand in his way. From my family, I learned that our purpose may not be one fixed, immutable thing. Sometimes purpose is temporal. And what I mean by that is that at different times, we all serve different purposes based on what the situation, circumstance, or opportunity demands. I found purpose in helping engineer major complex systems that protect our troops from harm and keep our nation safe. And I've discovered purpose in nights at the table with my children, checking homework and preparing for upcoming exams. As you move through your life, I know you'll have moments of questioning. That nagging voice from the recesses of your mind will crawl out, and it's going to try to spread doubt and questions about whether or not you're really living your purpose. I know this because it's happened to me. In those instances, remember that purpose does not choose you. You choose it. Remember that purpose is not what your diploma says, or what your business card reads or will read. The reality is that every moment presents an opportunity to infuse purpose into your life and to make a difference for you or for someone else. This is my final charge to you. My daddy used to say that everyone needs someone to whom they can turn. I submit to you that perhaps